Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Halo 2. Today we're getting back to the Arbiter's story. Last time we saw him, he successfully destroyed a nest of heretics. But we know from the Master Chief's side that the Prophet of Regret has been killed and High Charity has now shown up at Delta Halo.
This is unprecedented. Unacceptable.
The Hierarch is dead, Commander.
His murderer was within our grasp. If you had not withdrawn our phantoms...
Are you questioning my decision?
No, Holy One. I only wish to express my concern that the brutes...
Recommissioning the Guard was a radical step. But recent events have made it abundantly clear that the elites can no longer guarantee our safety.
I shall relay your decision to the Council.
Politics, how tiresome. Do you know, Arbiter, the elites have threatened to resign, to quit the High Council, because of this exchange of hats?
We have always been your protectors.
These are trying times for all of us.
Even as the humans' annihilation filled us with satisfaction, the loss of one of the sacred rings racked our hearts with grief.
Putting aside our sorrow, we renewed our faith in the prophecy that other rings would be found, and see how our faith has been rewarded.
Halo, its divine wind will rush through the stars, propelling all who are worthy along the path to salvation.
But how to start this process? For ages we searched for one who might unlock the secrets of the rings. An oracle. And with your help, we found it.
With appropriate humility, we plied the oracle with questions, and it, with clarity and grace, has shown us the key.
You will journey to the surface of the ring and retrieve this sacred icon. With it, we shall fulfill our promise.
Salvation for all.
And begin the great journey.
Once the shield is down, we will head straight to the library. I do not wish to keep the Hierarchs waiting. The human that killed the Prophet of Regret. Who was it? Who do you think? The demon is here? Why? Looking for a little payback? Retrieving the icon is my only concern. Of course.
Okay, so we get kind of a cool intro there to new types of Sentinels. That big one is called an Enforcer, and these little guys here are called Constructors. And they kind of fix stuff.
They're pretty cute.
And I literally did not remember they existed.
Yep, they're not really all that important, but they're cute.
Yeah, and you get a view of the colony or whatever. What's that mothership called?
High Charity. There it is. It is
A jellyfish.
a very big jellyfish. I just like watching them. You can see the reticle going red. They are destructible, And when you do that, they freak out and run away.
That's good programming.
That's right. And, a couple things are going to be going on at the same time here. One other new thing are these wall-mounted Sentinel spawners. We'll be seeing those throughout the level. And the other thing is that pillar there that the grunt just activated and went through. And these are like a new type of doorway that you sort of need to shoot in order to open.
Huh.
Yeah, what's kind of cool
I
is
don't remember this at all. Yeah.
there's two different tutorials, basically, about opening those doors. If the grunt doesn't do it, or I guess if you don't shoot the constructors, one of the constructors will actually zap it with his little laser to open the door. In higher difficulties, you do actually have to shoot them. In lower difficulties, you can actually just hold E to open.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have no memory of this place.
It's kind of a neat twist in the higher difficulties that you actually need to expend ammo to open the doors.
We call ourselves fans.
I think you guys remember the important stuff. The main plot points.
You'd
Yeah.
think so.
I remember introducing brutes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Halo 3 Mountain Dew.
Yep, that's an important one.
And
Cheesing the oddball on burial grounds.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, Halo fans, like, I think maybe we were more on the multiplayer side than...
Yeah, like, that is definitely where most of our time went.
Yeah.
I am way more of a, I don't know, fan of the sort of story modes in games than you guys tend to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan enough that I've read, like, almost all of the literary universe.
Yeah, I think you've read more of the books than I have, actually.
But I do not remember this game. And I know for sure I don't remember the next couple, because, let's be real, I don't think I even played some of them.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance that you didn't play Halo 5.
Oh, I definitely didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I know you guys have both played Halo 4 because we were still playing that multiplayer quite a bit at the time.
Getting close to one of the shield generators. Many of my brutes have fallen attempting to take it down. Let's see if you fare better.
So this is the first time we're going to see brutes actually in-game, other than the cutscenes. They are in the game. They're not just a cutscene thing. It's interesting, the whatever's going on between the elites and the brutes. It looks like they were sending brutes first to try and get the index.
For the honor.
Yeah. Yeah, the prophets aren't too happy with the elites at the moment.
Yeah, it's weird, those cutscenes. I'm like, who am I cheering for here? Like,
Not the filthy humans, that's for sure.
yeah. You said in one of the last episodes that as the Arbiter, you never kill a human, right?
Yes.
That was just making me think of, like, the Call of Duty where, like, the Remember No Russian scene. Mm-hmm. And they really kind of wimped out in this.
They did.
Didn't they?
I 100% agree.
I'm okay with it, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's so noticeable because it's not like they don't give us enemies to fight. I do kind of think it's a missed opportunity. I think it would have been cool to fight against humans. But I can totally see why they also didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are still, at the end of the day, supposed to be the good guys.
Well,
You've reached the shield's power source, Arbiter. Overload the locks holding it in place. useless to attack an enforcer from the front, especially when their shields are up. Stay in the shadows, wait till it loses interest, then strike the beast when its back is turned.
Yeah, enforcers are also not just cutscene only. We do have to fight them.
Boss fight time.
More like a mini-boss. They do hit quite hard. They have some pretty big attacks, but they lose interest quickly. It's pretty easy to do this and just get behind them.
Okay, yeah, you made it look easy.
It is kind of easy, to be honest.
Looks like the brutes didn't find it easy.
Yeah, well, brutes are kind of dumb.
One more, Arbiter.
I'm saying this as an elite,
Yeah.
obviously.
Now, find a way to remove it from its crater.
So this part's very cool. I hope you realize that we're actually on that big wall I was pointing out in the Master Chief's levels. Up there in the sky, you can see that blue. That is not in Aurora. I always thought it was, but it's actually the shield guarding the library, which is now deactivated.
Our path to the library is clear. I'll pick you up on the ledge ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense in context now.
Yeah, I mean, they do tell you that you're taking down the shield. It just never occurred to me that that's what that was up in the sky. It always just looked like sort of an Aurora Borealis type thing.
At this time of year?
Blasted machines! Make your own way to the wall, Arbiter.
And here we go, Flood. Always with the Flood.
I mean, you did unlock the library.
Yeah, we're on our way there. There's kind of a cool thing here. This is actually a new type of Sentinel. Sentinel Majors. They have shields, and their lasers are blue and do more damage. I did actually look it up. They do more damage. There's no... Like, they don't call it a different weapon in the game. It's still just called Sentinel Laser, but it actually is better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Must mean you're getting close to something good.
They still don't, they're not too hard, as you can see.
Well, not with the Sentinel beam.
Yeah. Use their own weapons against them.
It's a fun weapon.
Did you
creepy.
notice? Yeah. Did you notice something about the Flood?
They were holding... One was holding an assault rifle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
That's it.
not an assault rifle, but
They look faster.
they're all humans, and they're all using human weapons.
Okay. So the humans were here first.
Yes.
Okay.
We know
Maybe
from
even the chief.
well, we know from the Master Chief side of the story that it was Commander Keyes going after the Index.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about trying to get through some barrier. I'm not sure it's been going too well for them.
Yeah. They must have had a lot of bodies to throw at them.
Yeah. I always think this is funny because the Arbiter probably does not like the idea of using human weapons. But, you just can't argue with results.
Back to double tapping.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those places where the infection forms being able to revive corpses really starts getting us into trouble. I guess I can mention now that this level is essentially the library replacement for Halo 2.
Ah, fuck, I'm out.
No.
I'll see you guys.
No.
See you guys in 40 minutes.
But it is, I mean, it's a similar sort of fighting through Forerunner hallways, killing Flood. They did a way better job this time. I think part of it is just that having the Sentinels involved as potential enemies as well makes the fights more interesting. But the way the Floods spawn is also a little bit less overwhelming. They tend to come in more manageable waves, where you can sort of wipe them out, take a break, and then move on, which you really couldn't do in the library.
Oh yeah, they go right for the reanimation, eh?
Yeah, they do. Like, that is their primary job now, even above attacking the player.
Uh-huh. Look at these little... What the...
Just little shits.
Yeah, the Sentinel laser is really, really good against the Flood.
Big boy.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool fight.
You're gonna let them fight it out.
Well, I was just watching for a little bit, but the Enforcer against the Flood, it's just a very neat setup. The Flood's all using human weapons, which don't penetrate the Enforcer's shield very well, and then he will just bombard them with whatever. Plasma.
Blue beams look very cool.
Yeah, they do. I like them way better than red, although that's true in general of those colors for me.
Those miss?
That guy gave me a little trouble.
Yeah, it looked like he got him.
Eventually. I like to think that this level kind of gives the Arbiter a new appreciation for human weaponry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish you shot there so bad.
Wait, what is that on the ground? That looked like another Spartan.
I think it was just a Marine.
Ah.
Look how effective that is.
These
Yeah,
primitive...
but it wasn't even facing you with the
tools.
shield.
Yes, that's true. I can't pass up the opportunity to use the cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Of course.
I have to say, dual pistols is actually surprisingly effective against the Flood. Not infection forms quite as much, but combat forms, it actually works really, really well. And I'll show you that in a second. So, the reasoning here is that the pistols are actually still precision weapons. They can do headshot damage. And in Halo 2, the Flood actually have, well, a headshotable target. It's not actually their head, it's actually the infection form lodged in the chest. But it means that if you just kind of unload the pistols towards them, there's a pretty good chance you'll take them down quick. Yeah.
Yeah, and your aim's not too bad.
No. I mean, aim center of mass and pull the trigger a bunch of times.
Yep.
But yeah, surprisingly effective.
I gotta imagine it's really hard to reload twice at once when
Yeah.
when a Flood drops right next to you too.
When you're a giant elite alien,
Yeah, a different species than the one who actually made the weapons.
Yeah.
surprised you can even like hold the guns and fire them.
Yeah, I sort of wondered before, from the Master Chief's perspective, the plasma pistol and plasma rifle seem to be simple, like there must be a trigger that you just pull. He doesn't know how to reload them, but apparently neither does the Arbiter, so that's fine.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
But yeah, you wonder how you maybe become familiar with something like the Needler, in his case, or the shotgun in the Arbiters, because they're not exactly intuitive. Also, yeah, an elite Flood form there, so the elites must have gotten involved at some point here.
You know what I just realized is when Master Chief was fighting the Flood, he at least has like a fully enclosed suit of armor.
Yeah.
The Arbiter is like pretty open to the air.
Yeah.
You know? His mouth is not covered. He's getting fucking zombie slime all up in his face.
Yeah, no, that's very true, and actually their mouths don't really close exactly. They have the mandibles.
Right?
What? Well, why did that Sentinel not shoot you there? They're heading back to...
That one
Focused on the
there,
Flood.
I think, was kind of scripted. But yeah, they also do focus on the Flood a fair bit. Until you draw their attention, anyway.
Hey,
Yeah,
now
that's
there's
better.
an honorable weapon.
More evidence that the elites are involved somewhere. We get a really nice view off of here. So that right there is the library. Like the library proper. And up there in the top left, if you could see them, those floating things are actually Sentinel factories.
How do you know that?
I found it out while researching some other stuff about the level.
Damn.
It'll become important. Well, not important, but it'll come up again next video, let's just say that. But yeah, they are like constantly pumping out Sentinels and Enforcers, I guess.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta be made somewhere.
Now, what's the total Sentinel population of this here ring?
Oh, there's a good question. I mean, I guess while they're engaged with the Flood, it's constantly changing.
True.
Also, they're not made to be repaired because there's no right to repair on Halo.
Yeah,
That's true.
I read that on the wiki.
that's right. You just have to go to the Sentinel store and buy a new one.
Yeah, we could fix it. Buy a new one.
We got these new blue ones coming out. Blue lasers.
Everything else is the same.
But they're 10% stronger.
I can't wait till this ride's at Universal.
I always find these, I don't know. From a camera work point of view, I don't know what the right way of showing these off is. They're weird.
Just slowly falling.
There we go.
I think at Universal, if you want to jump in the garbage chute, no one's going to stop you.
Yeah, so we're finally outside. That's much nicer than the enclosed hallways. I'm going to show off the original graphics here for a second. And what I was saying about Sentinel factories, if you take a look here, that one's getting shot down.
By whom?
By whom? Presumably the Flood. Although maybe it's, Tartarus and his Phantom flying around.
I like when those drop pods fell, the weapons fell first.
Yeah. I did notice that too, actually. I don't know why, because the Elite still came out of them, so it's not like they died.
It's a different way to handle assets, I assume.
I wonder if... Oh no, because it's sitting there on the ground. Yeah, no idea.
Like, the weapon is the only thing that kind of stays around after that you could pick up after the elites die, so I assume it's just handled in a different way than the elites are.
Yeah, well, I was wondering if maybe they have to drop the weapon and the Elite in the drop pod doesn't have one, and he, picks it up as he spawns. But it was still on the ground, so it's not that.
Maybe it just fell out of the ship with the drop pod.
Yeah.
That one's fast.
He's squirrely.
Forerunners be praised! The Arbiter! This quarantine zone has been compromised. We must do what we can against the Flood. Our commander has landed further in. Let us join him.
All right. It always surprises me how much the Covenant seem to know. So, the area around the library is a quarantine zone. They seem to know about, the shield wall and everything.
You think the Guilty Spark is, sharing that?
I mean, I think that makes sense.
Oh, did you just hit a teammate?
No, that was an Elite. Or, Elite combat form.
Okay.
Arbiter, what are you doing here? We must hold this camp until reinforcements.
Alright, we've seen this guy a whole bunch of times. I feel like I should mention at this point. He does have a name. Well, he has a name and he also has a nickname. So, his nickname is actually Halfjaw. Odds are you haven't noticed, but he's actually missing the mandibles on one side of his face. And they actually got cut off fighting a Flood combat form wielding an energy sword during the events of Halo 1.
On Halo.
No, actually. I got a little bit of time. So, in the bonus video for the swamp level in Halo 1, I mentioned that crashed Covenant dropship features in a comic. And in the comic, the Flood actually repair that dropship and fly it up to one of the Covenant ships above Halo and take it over. Halfjaw there gets sent in to wipe out the Flood infestation and destroy the ship. And in doing that, he gets in a hand-to-hand fight with a elite combat form who cuts off half his face.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He's kind of cool.
Respect our troops, you know?
Yeah.
I guess everyone we've met is a troop, though?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess technically the prophets aren't troops, they're the ones ordering the troops around. The commanders-in-chief, if you will. No cutscene for this level. It's going to lead again directly into the next one, where
Fade to black.
Fade to black, and we'll continue, I guess, our way to the library. There is an interesting point that I kind of want to bring up, that it's a quarantine zone and it's full of Flood. The library on Halo 1 was also full of Flood. I think in Halo 1 they talk about how the library was a research facility, but I'm not entirely sure that's right now if they say that it's a quarantine zone surrounding the library. I think the Flood have an ulterior motive for being near the library.
Prison break. Woo!
Yeah, I have no idea what you're referring to, so I'll stay tuned.
Well, no, I mean, you do. That the library is where they keep the index, which is what you need to fire Halo.
Right, so they want to destroy the index or something like that?
Right. I think they are also trying to get to the index. So actually all three factions in the area are all trying to fight their way to the index. And I guess all for slightly different reasons. Although the humans and the Flood, I guess, are technically aligned at this point. Or at least they share the same goal.
Humans don't want to set it off.
No, neither do Flood. That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue our way to the library next time. See you guys later.